Hi, guys. It's all right, Amanda. Uh, Hello. Heidi, go to sleep. It's fine. You don't have to stay awake. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm using my brand new work computer, and because my Mac decided that it was going to be really, really slow. So I had, oh, good. Yeah. Hopefully it's nice and clear. Am I too loud, Berta? Is that what Bob is trying to say? Okay. Okay. I guess I'll get started. So, how did you get started in card making? I got started because my oldest goddaughter decided that for her, I think it was her third or fourth birthday, that she said to me, I want a book of pictures of myself. So I started scrapbooking, and that kind of led into card making because I realized I needed to make a card to go with her scrapbook, and scrapbooking takes forever to do. So card making was just a lot easier and less time consuming. So I kind of put scrapbooking off to the side and just started focusing on cards. And I did did some craft shows and sold my cards. Scrapbooks were too hard to sell, but I was able to sell some cards. Amanda, it doesn't really matter. Actually, my mom is really the only one that actually calls me Michele. All the girls call me Aunt Shell or Aunt Shell, and all my other nieces call me Shell. My dad, my siblings, my mom's the only one that hates it. She just won't, so she won't call me Shell. But pretty much all my friends call me Shell. But you can call me Michele. I answer to almost anything actually, because my dad will call us. He'll get all of the girls' names in there, and I'm like, yeah, once you get to my name, I'll respond to you. So it doesn't really matter. Okay. The next one is, what is your style and favorite medium? So probably my style is, I like to do a lot of, exactly, Marie, hey you. I like to do a lot of fun folds. That's probably my favorite type of card to make, just because a lot of the real estate, you can do so much more with it, because a lot of the times it's larger than A2 or A7 size card or whatever. So I do like that a lot. And my new favorite one, actually Copics are my favorite medium, but then lately I've been using the Inktense pencils. I only have the 12 pack. I'm actually eyeing up the 72 pack for my birthday. So we'll see if that happens. But shell smell. I'm glad my brother and sister never thought to do that, Amanda. Oh my goodness. So then, what is my most challenging technique? It's probably clean and simple, because I just can't. I can look at a card and I just don't like that white space on there. Some people have the most beautiful, clean and simple cards, and I'm so jealous, because it's just, they just look beautiful. But when I do it, I'm like, ugh, it just looks like there's too much white space. So I have an issue with that. I feel like I have to put something on every square inch of the card. So clean and simple is probably my most difficult. Oh, Mary, so you have a lovely craft room. Do you have storage tips? This is the cleanest part of the room. If you actually turned this camera around, you'd be horrified. My desk, this is right here, is the only space that I have to craft, because there is stuff everywhere. I am going to do an organizational video. I'm in the middle of actually finishing up. So back here, I've moved all my stamps back here. I've moved a lot of stuff around. So I'm actually going to I'm actually going to do a video on it, because I've started to organize. The funny thing is, the girls came over the other day, because I watched them over here, and they were like, I thought you cleaned your craft room. So I said, apparently I didn't. So I said, I put stuff away, and they said, but it's not clean. So I do have some storage tips though, so I'll do a video on that. Okay. Who is your crafty hero? And I don't know. This one was the most difficult question for me because I feel like everybody that I subscribe to, I watch all their videos, and I get so much from everybody else because I learn something new from everybody that I watch. So I don't really have one hero or somebody that I could point out and say, I follow all their videos more. So everybody gives me inspiration, not only in the YouTube videos, but also in the Handmade Happiness group. A lot of that stuff is just so fantastic to see. Okay. Do you craft alone or with friends? So most of the time I'm here crafting by myself, but on Mondays I watch my brother's girls. So because I work from home, I have the ability to work wherever. So I go over to my brother's house and he's there. So we take turns watching the girls. He has a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old. The 5-year-old's in kindergarten and she basically can do everything herself. Someone just has to sit there to make sure that she can get on to her classes and she doesn't have any issues with that. The 1-year-old is a monster. And so I'll go downstairs and I'll craft with her. When crafting, I mean coloring. And then when Nora's school's over, we will craft. And then on Thursdays, I have my sister's twins who are 6, and they have a request of new products every single week. So I have to bring over new things every week to craft with them. So Mondays and Thursdays, I craft with the girls. And then the rest of the time, I do craft by myself. So although we have done a couple of Zooms and things like that, I like doing that, but I find that I don't get a lot of work done that way. I don't get a lot of crafting done. Okay. What is your favorite stamp company? And like everyone else, I have a ton of them. Honeybee, Kindred Stamps, Concord and Ninth is probably my one go-to for innovation stamps. And I like to use a lot of those in my fun folds because they are so innovative. I love the turnabout stamp sets. Those are my absolute, if I had to pick a favorite type of stamp, that would be it. I love the turnabout stamp sets from Concord and Ninth. The rabbit hole designs, absolutely love their cottontail blending brushes. I own like 15 of them and I probably need to buy myself more. And sassy and crafty too. I love the snarky sentiments and stuff that they have, and I love their characters. They're cute characters with the big eyes. Those are my favorite. So are you a messy or a tidy crafter? Well, let me see. I'm trying to see if you can see if I turn. Oh, that's actually not too bad. That back there is not too bad, but extremely messy. Everything is, like I said, all over my desk. And I have the cats come down and they don't craft with me, obviously, because cats can't craft. But I have a seat here for Fred that has to be cleared off. Usually I put stuff on it, but when he's down here, I have to clear it off because that's his seat. And Lucy will just kind of wander around and whine, which I'm surprised she's not down here yet because she was upstairs with Courtney. She was upstairs with the squirrel earlier when I was watching the videos upstairs in my office. She was whining and crying. She brought her little. So I don't. If you guys have watched my videos, you probably hear her crying in the background of almost every single one of them. She has this little squirrel that she carries around with her everywhere. It's actually Fred's, and she steals it from him. And she brought it to me like a present, and she was crying today. Yes, she does sound like a child. She sounds like a small child. And a lot of people have thought that I have a child, and no, it's just Lucy. She just, I don't know why. And she can be sitting right here and seeing that she can see me, and she still cries like that. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. Do you save scraps for future projects? Yes. So I don't know if that little basket, but so if you can see back there, that whole bin is full of scraps. And then I actually have one of those rolling carts from Michael's, and each of the drawers has a different color in it. And some of them are overflowing. So one of my crafty goals for this year was to use up as many of my scraps as I possibly could. And I got through some of it, but I think for the Christmas videos, I'm doing a Christmas card series. I think that I'm actually going to try to do some of the, like, use your scraps up, cut them into strips, and then put them on my cards. So I think that's some of the stuff I'm going to do, create backgrounds and things with that. So because I'm trying to get rid of my scraps so that I don't do that. But I have a problem with throwing things away, which again probably goes back to why my craft room looks the way it does, is because I feel like I can't throw anything away. Aw, Kren. Yes, every craft room needs a craft mascot. That is totally true. I Fred normally could care less. Although the video that I posted the last night, I did the voice, or for today for the Thankful Hop. Fred normally doesn't care where I am. Like, as long as he's next to me, he doesn't really care. Well, last night he would only lay on the iPad, and I was trying to do my voiceover, and all you heard was, you can probably hear him in the background because he was just purring so loud. He wanted me to pet him, and I was, and then that just made him purr even louder. So I think you can probably hear him purring in the background, and that's what it was. So yeah, you can hear my cats in basically every single one of the videos, one or the other. Yes, I mean, exactly, Amanda. As soon as you throw them out, you'll need them. That's how I feel. I feel like I never get rid of anything, because as soon as I do, it's just like when you donate clothes and you're like, I could have worn that. So he's had his troubles this year. So he's doing better though. So how much planning goes into each video? So, Heidi, yes, I did. I will message you after this. I'll let you know. Thank you. So how much planning goes into each video? For my Christmas series, a lot, because what I do before I start my Christmas series is I actually sketch out designs. I've saved designs to Pinterest, sketches that I want to. The lights in here. The afternoon light is coming in down here. The Christmas cards that I do, I pin a lot of sketches, and then I will draw them. I'll draw them out, which they're terrible. I mean, they're like, I know what they are, but if you looked at it, you'd be like, what the heck is that? And then I go through my stamp set. I have bins of Christmas only stamp sets because I have so many. And then I go through them and I figure out which sketch I want to do, and then I draw it out, and then I write a little notes on it. And then sometimes I use them and sometimes I don't. So I do. So for my Christmas series, a lot of work goes into that, a lot of planning. For some of the other things, I kind of just wing it. Sometimes if I'm not really sure where the card is going to go, and, my brain just hurts after a day of work, because with this pandemic and being in the food industry, trying to chase down trucks all day of things, my brain is just so fried from work. And sometimes it's just nice to come down here and just not really have a plan and just kind of play with things. Or because a lot of times when I plan something out, I'll start it and then it goes in a completely different direction because I'll make a mistake, or I'll pick up the wrong color or do something like that. And because I'm constantly just picking things up off my desk that are just lying around, instead of going back here and getting a different color ink, I'll just pick the one up that's lying up there. So usually when I plan it, it never ever looks the same. So I don't generally plan it. Oh, thank you, Marie. I washed it. Yes. Friday night Zoom craft party. That sounds good, Roberta. Okay, so that was what is the most difficult part about having YouTube? Mine's probably consistency, because of obviously the pandemic and everything this year. Everybody's been, crazy. There was a time where I just didn't want to craft and just felt so drained from the day. And then the summer, many of you guys probably know, my cat had, there's some kind of episode that he had where I went to pick him up, and because he was like struggling, I picked him up and put him down and he fell over. He couldn't walk. So we rushed him to the emergency vet. And so far, knock on wood, so far he's been much better. Thank you, Courtney, for the Cosequin. Has been amazing. She told me to get the Cosequin for him. I give him 2 pills a day and he seems to be doing better, but I don't like to leave him upstairs. I have this, it happened on a Friday, and for some reason, I'm so weird. I'm superstitious about this. I had Chick-fil-A that night, and then I was downstairs crafting to finish a video, and so Friday nights I still have this like anxiety that something is going to happen again. So Friday nights are usually when I got a lot of crafting done. So a lot of Fridays I'll make sure he's down here with me so that I can just keep an eye on him. And it's just my paranoia. I mean, it happened the end of July, so it's me, it's my anxiety. I need to get over it. But oh, good, Courtney. So I'm not crazy. That is like a normal thing, because I panicked, and then I'm sitting here, and every time he's just looking like he's peaceful, I touch him to make sure he's still breathing and stuff. I'm just a little crazy. But so it really has been a struggle this year to be consistent. So, there's some days or some weeks where I'm better than others, but with work, it's been crazy. It's been long hours. So consistency for me. How do you get inspired when you're in a slump? I usually just watch YouTube. Like sometimes I'll Google a specific technique, or if I'm looking at a stamp set and I really want to use it and I'm not sure what technique I want to do, a lot of times I'll Google that, or I'll go to the company's website and I'll look at the projects. I love when they have projects associated with it, because you can see how people use it. And I like that. I like having that. And I don't necessarily copy it, but a lot of times I can get inspiration from that. So I'll do that. Oh, Cyn. Oh, it's so hard. I mean, my babies are 17. So, and they are brother and sister. They look nothing alike. So it's so hard. Okay, what other crafts do you do? So a lot of the time, like I said, I scrapbook. Don't do that much anymore. I have I bought a Billy bookcase from IKEA to put all my scrapbooks in. And then I put one shelf, the ones that were done, and it didn't even fill up a quarter of the shelf. And then I put all the ones that I still have to do, and I'm really far behind. My one niece Elizabeth is 7. She's Allie's sister, and she's the one that started me with scrapbooking stuff. And I was supposed to finish Elizabeth's, and I haven't, and she just turned 7 in October, so I have to get back to doing that. So scrapbooking. With the girls, we do a lot of painting. We've been painting on canvases. We do the little kids woodcraft projects from Michael's and stuff like that. So I do a lot of that other thing. Okay. Do you listen to music or watch TV while you craft? So like Lynnea, I watch the same kind of shows over and over again. Schitt's Creek is like my absolute favorite now. I probably can say all the lines from every single episode because I watch it so much. And I will even watch it on TV and DVR it, even though I have it on I was going to say YouTube, but Netflix. I will still DVR it and I'll still watch that. I watch that a lot of times as I'm going to bed. Mom, The Big Bang Theory, that's another thing. I'd like to watch a lot of the videos, a lot of the TV shows that that I just watch over and over again. What's your favorite color? Blue and purple. Like my room is blue. It's actually 2 different colors of blue. And I've done a lot of accents with blue. I don't have any purple down here, but in my other house, I had a purple bathroom, and a guy bought my house. It was one of my brother's friends, a guy that was in my brother's wedding. It's his younger brother. And that was the first thing that he did, was repainted the purple bathroom. I loved that thing, but I don't have any purple rooms in here, but I do have a bunch of blue. My house is like blue and green, or blue and gray. But I do love purple too. What's my favorite movie? This one was difficult for me too, but Ferris Bueller is definitely one of my all-time favorites. And then for Christmas, of course, you have to go with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I do like all of the National Lampoon's movies. I think the European one is the only one that I didn't really like. There's a really kind of like not very well known at all National Lampoon's Senior Trip. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. I think that's hysterical. I can't find it anywhere. Like it's not on Netflix. And it wasn't on demand or anything, but I absolutely love that. That was another good one. And then Bueller, exactly. Guys, Christmas Vacation is the best. When I was in college, my roommate and I used to pick a movie and watch every night. And for like 4 or 5 months straight, oh, Elf, I love that one too. That's a good one, Courtney. But we would watch it over and over and over again. So that was one of my favorites. I think that's it. That's all of the questions that I had from everything. Thank you guys so much for coming on. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And I'm sorry about this light. What? Nancy, you've never seen the Christmas Vacay? It's hysterical. It's one of those stupid funny movies that so we got my dad watching it, and he was laughing so hard at the part where they wrap the cat. He just thought that was absolutely hysterical, and my mom was like, he was laughing so hard. So every year, we tease my dad about that. RV movie with Robin Williams. I don't think I know that one, Berta. Christmas with the Cranks, that was good. Allison. Ah. The leg lamp movie. Yeah, the Christmas Story. I have never seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just never really cared to watch that one. So let me see if does that help? Take some of it's the sunlight down there. Christmas Story. Yeah, I've never seen that either. Anyways, I listen to movies and TV. Okay. I'll have to see what one that is. Robin Williams and RV. Does anybody know what that one is? Christmas Story. Neither have I. Miracle on 34th Street. Never seen that one. I haven't seen any of the old classic ones. I don't know. I guess I had a did I have a bad childhood that I never saw the classics? White Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street. Polar Express was cute. The girls like that. Now I'm all excited to watch Christmas movies, with the exception that it's 80 degrees here. I'm in a tank top and shorts. I had to go to my niece's, Allie's field hockey game for a little bit. And we're outside sweating, and it's almost the middle of November, and it wasn't even this hot some days during the summer. So it's crazy. It's hot here too. Oh, it is. It's so wrong. It's like that one Christmas. I think it might have been the twins' first or second Christmas. So it was 4 or 5 years ago, where it was about 90 degrees here. We had the windows open, and I was still dying. I mean, I like warm weather, but this is just weird, because it's going to go back down to the 40s or 50s by the end of the week, in a couple days. So okay. Well, if nobody has anything else for me, where am I? I'm in New Jersey. I'm right outside of Philadelphia. So, yep. New Jersey in South Jersey. New Jersey's there's basically two different states. You're either North or South Jersey. I'm South Jersey, not New York. No offense, Courtney, not New York, the South Jersey. Manalapan. Okay. So I think that might be maybe Central Jersey. I kind of know where that is, but I do have Instagram. Let me see. I forget because I should make all my names the same, but for some reason I didn't think about it. Yes, I'm 20 minutes out. Oh, she's not that far from Philly. Okay, I'm about 20 minutes outside of Philadelphia. I'll type it in down here. Scrap Secrets 1120 is my Instagram. Future videos. A crafting live, Mary. Do you mean get together and craft, or is that what you mean, Mary? You're crafting live. Oh, it's funny, Mary. I'm not sure Oh, I could do that. I would this makes me nervous. This is the first time I've ever done a live, but yeah, sure. I'll do a crafting live if anyone's interested in doing that. Relatives in Burlington. Okay, Burlington's not that far from me. I actually I was a sales rep for Nestle, and I had a good portion of the state of New Jersey, and then all the way out to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is about 3 hours away from me. So any random places between here and Harrisburg, I probably have been to. Oh, thanks, Curran. Hey, so okay. Well, I will try to set one up then. Oh, Marie Harrisburg. There, you're not far from Harrisburg, right, Marie? I thought. Okay. But yes, I will. Sorry, I will definitely see if I can set up a crafting live. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining me. This was so much fun. I was loving getting to know everybody. This was 65 miles. Well, about the way I drive, that's a little less than an hour. So, Gina K. Yes, I've seen her do that. Yes, I'll have to see. But all right, guys, my time is almost up. So thank you for joining me, and I will. Hopefully you guys have liked the videos all along the way, have subscribed to everybody. This was so much fun. I hope we do this again, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.